First trade of the week, cable sell from the 4-hour intra level. Let's have a quick look. We are seeing EU up, and EU is in a level, or it's coming to a level. We're not, well, we're seeing AU up, EU up, NU is up at the top of a consolidation. Not seeing a lot of USD strength here. Seeing a little bit. I'm going to say it's a tricky one. Are we seeing anything here? Stocks are not driving lower. Looks like a currency driven move. We're seeing yields up a little bit off this level. I think it's probably a B trade, because I don't actually know. We're in a consolidation. It looks like a currency driven move, so not sure what to do. It's either a B grade close half or an A grade. But are we in flows? We are in a currency driven move. I think B grade, close half. I went with my initial feeling of a B grade, given that we are in a consolidation, so I still want to try it according to my plan. It looks like we're seeing single currency driven move with EU up. We're not at a strong level on EU, we're not at a strong level on GU, but the fact that we've got a light economic calendar and still in a consolidation, I'm gonna follow through on what I think, which is that there's a potential for it still to play out due to it being in a consolidation. So I'll close half, leave it, targeting to take profit here back into the 1 hour recent price action. Quick update on my GU sell. We are seeing price stall now in this level. EU has also done the same. You know, we do have this daily candle body closes here, which I would say if we were up there when GU hit here, then I might have been inclined to say that is an A grade trade. But I still feel like I've already followed it through. I've closed half and I've said it's a B grade. So let's see what happens, and then we can come back and review. GU sell has now hit take profit on FTMO. I did adjust take profit by 1 pip to account for the 0.9 pip spread. GU buy has hit pending 4-hour intra, refined to the 1 hour. Consolidation trade, we've gone from the high of the consolidation to the low of the consolidation. If we look, EU is down. I think it's a B grade because it looks like we've got single currency driven flow, EU the driver, GU's following, so it's not a strong level on EU and it's not a strong level on GU, so I'm going to say B grade trade, close 50%. Update on my GU buy, it has hit take profit. What I did was I adjusted the take profit by 1 pip to account for a 0.8 pip spread on FTMO. Take profit hit. Just had GU sell trigger from the daily candle body close, a D1 intra level. It looks like we're seeing a little bit of pound strength. We're starting to see a little bit of EU move up now as well, but not quite the same as GU. I'm unsure on this one. Target is back into here, but it's really short target. unless I look for the most recent price action, which will give me a bit bigger target. I'm going to say I don't know. AU up, EU up, NU up, USD's down here. We're not seeing, well, we might be starting to see yields get a move on, but that's not translating into dollar strength. Dixie down, so it looks like a currency driven move. We're not at a level on EU at all, and GU has now hit this level. I'm unsure. Again, I'm unsure. I think it's probably I don't know. I don't know. We're seeing weak US dollar across the board. Driver is likely EU. GU has hit a daily level. It's probably I mean, the target is so short. I've got to target into here. What's that? 13338. I feel like it's a good trip. I'm not seeing. It could be though. Very indecisive. I'm gonna say I don't know still. I can't actually work out or see what's going on. If we look at EG, we're seeing strong pound, but then we are seeing US dollar weakness across all US dollar pairs, majors. It tells me something must be going on, but I don't quite know what. We're seeing stocks starting to push. US 30 starting to push. I think B grade trade, but we're in the consolidation, so it's going to be a case of closing half, leaving half. B grade trade. I decided it was a C grade trade and I closed it. Bad trade. I'm seeing pound strength here. We're not at a level. We could be seeing double flows, US dollar weakness, pound strength, and really in this scenario the best thing to do is, you could see how indecisive I was at the start. The best thing to do, leave it, take a little loss, and if we get up to this strong daily level, then that's where I want to be entering from. So trade closed out for minus 8 pips. I've made an error on this GU sell. I haven't followed my plan. Even if there were flows in play, we are still in a consolidation, and so the only two options available to me was leave it or close half and class it as a B grade. I closed out the whole trade, classed it as a C grade, but I'm not sure that's the case. There is the potential for there to be some flows because the stocks are starting to move higher. That still goes against my plan that was to, even during flows, leave half of the trade on, because more often than not, if we're in a consolidation, the trade still plays out as per my last data set. So I've made an error, I believe, on this trade. This trade that I was unsure about and realised I made the mistake of classing it as a C and not leaving it as a B because we're in a consolidation. has played out now and has hit what would have been take profit. GU sell trigger from a D1 intra level. Strong move up on pound, especially in the last hour or two. If we go across, let's have a little look. We do have yields down, which could be giving us US dollar weakness. We're not quite seeing EU up the same, and we have got Dixie down, so it could be a currency driven move. Stocks are up, but they're not in new territory and driving higher, so it doesn't scream a stocks driven move. If we look across, we do have AU up, we do have, okay, that is pushing now, do have NU up, US dollar CAD is at the bottom of its consolidation, UJ is approaching a weak level, pound, euro pounds, we're seeing strong pound. It doesn't scream a flow scenario here. I'm gonna say A grade trade and leave it. At the moment, nothing's screaming flows, nothing's potentially stocks driven, but I'm not quite seeing that, so I'm gonna say good trade, A grade. Quick update to my GU sell. I do want to add that we are seeing a weak US dollar across the market, but we are at the top of recent consolidations. If I just go to leave it on the 1 hour, we're at the top of this consolidation, top of this consolidation, top of this consolidation, bottom of this consolidation, into a weaker level. I'm going to say that it's clear that there's USD weakness, but I can't put my finger on what is moving it. And I do think that with all that alignment, there is a potential for this to pull back. So once again, I'm keeping it A grade. Update on my GU sell from the D1 intra level. Seeing about 40 pips of drawdown. We drew down really quickly. Looking across the market, we can see that yields are dropping, so this could be the reason for the US dollar weakness. So I think at the moment I'm going to sit tight and wait, and let's see if yields get down to this intra level. If they do, then I will look to sell pound US dollar again. Coming back where AU is up, EU has pushed to the next intra level, NU is up, USD CAD is down, USD JPY is down. I don't believe that to be a single currency driven move now though, purely because we're seeing yields drop and getting close to this intra level. So that's my update. Another quick update, I've just refined the yields level to this recent price action which it's hit, and we've seen GU stall, so I feel like I might choose to sell GU again. I just gonna make a decision on what to do. I have market sold pound US dollar. The reason being yields has hit its level. Euro USD has hit an intra level, and I feel that now with GU being further in drawdown, deeper in the level, this is the better opportunity. Dixie on a level, EU has hit a level, yields have hit a level. I'd expect to see some US dollar strength start to come through.